Dust exploded beneath pounding hooves as the caravan burst through the desert gate, and a European traveler leapt down, sword half-drawn, eyes scanning for danger, expecting chaos, expecting ignorance, expecting nothing. Instead, voices argued calmly behind him. "Your calculation is wrong," one man said. Another replied, "Show me your manuscript." The traveler froze. These were scholars, not savages, and his world tilted instantly. He turned slowly, disbelief flooding his face, watching men in flowing robes debate mathematics like seasoned professors. "Where am I?" he whispered. A passerby laughed softly and answered, "You stand in Timbuktu." The word hit harder than sand in the wind. Timbuktu was supposed to be a rumor, a myth, a place of gold and madness, not reason, not intellect. His heart raced. "Books," he muttered, seeing leather-bound volumes stacked casually, traded like grain. A scholar overheard him. "Yes, books," the man smiled. "Do you not have them where you come from?" The traveler hesitated, thinking of churches locking texts behind chains. "Not like this," he admitted. Laughter rippled, not mocking but surprised, as if ignorance were the real oddity here. This is where our story truly begins, not in Europe's castles, but in a moment of collision between expectation and reality. You were taught that intelligence marched from Europe outward. You were taught Africa waited in darkness. Yet here stood a city humming with debate, law, science, and education, while much of Europe still feared eclipses and washed rarely. "Sit," a scholar said, motioning the traveler to a shaded bench. "Tell us of your lands." The traveler spoke of kings who could not read, of priests guarding Latin words from common mouths. The scholars exchanged looks. "Strange," one replied gently. "Here, even a merchant studies law." The traveler felt embarrassment burn hotter than the Saharan sun. Timbuktu was not an accident. It rose because knowledge was prized like gold. Traders crossed deserts carrying salt and stories, but also ideas. When Mansa Musa ruled, wealth flooded learning. Gold fades, elders taught, but knowledge remains. Schools multiplied. Teachers were respected. Students argued openly. No birthright decided intellect. Only effort and curiosity mattered. "How many students study here?" the traveler asked. "Thousands," came the answer. "Across many schools." Sankor Ginger Bursidi Yehya, names he would struggle to remember. "Universities," he guessed. A scholar nodded. "Yes, though learning does not live behind walls alone." The traveler swallowed. Universities before Europe claimed them as inventions. Manuscripts changed hands like living things. Astronomy texts mapped stars with precision. Medical treatises listed herbs, surgeries, symptoms. Legal documents debated ethics and governance. "We argue everything," a student grinned. "Truth survives questioning." The traveler thought of inquisitions, of fear. "You question openly?" he asked. "Always," came the reply, confident and calm. Meanwhile, in medieval Europe, books were chained, literacy rare, superstition common. Plagues ravaged filthy streets. But here sanitation mattered. Courts operated. Contracts were written. "Law protects us," a judge explained. "Knowledge makes law fair." The traveler felt something crack inside him. Everything he believed about civilization was upside down. "Why have we never heard of this?" he finally asked. Silence lingered. An elder answered, "Because those who write history choose what matters." The line hung heavy. You watching this might feel that same weight. If this surprises you already, stay with me, because what comes next shatters even deeper illusions about progress. Scholars gathered nightly, arguing beneath lantern light. "The stars move predictably," one insisted. "No," another countered. "Observe this calculation." The traveler leaned closer. These men predicted eclipses, charted orbits. In Europe, stars were omens. Here they were mathematics. "We measure," a scholar said. "Fear teaches nothing." A young student challenged his teacher openly. Your premise assumes symmetry, he said boldly. The elder smiled. Good. Prove it wrong. The traveler's jaw tightened. Back home, challenging elders meant punishment. Here it meant respect. This wasn't chaos. It was intellectual freedom, structured, disciplined, alive. Education was not reserved for elites. My father trades salt, a boy explained proudly. I study law. The traveler remembered peasants barred from letters. Why teach everyone? He asked. The boy shrugged. An ignorant society collapses. Simple. Devastating. True. Gold funded learning, but learning guided gold. Timbuktu understood balance. We invest in mines, a merchant said. They return value. Imagine that. Knowledge as infrastructure. Not castles. Not weapons. Mines. Pause and let that sink in because it redefines what power truly is. Europe at this time burned heretics. Timbuktu debated ideas. Europe feared science. Timbuktu documented it. This isn't insult. It's contrast. And contrast reveals truth. Your world sounds afraid, a scholar told the traveler gently. He nodded, shame mixing with awe. Over days, the traveler copied notes obsessively. May I take these? He asked. Knowledge travels, the librarian replied. Just credit the source. Credit Africa, a concept history would later forget. And as you hear this, ask yourself who benefits when origins disappear. Timbuktu's libraries held tens of thousands of manuscripts. Each handwritten, each debated. We correct errors, scribes explained. No text is sacred from revision. Imagine medieval Europe hearing that. Imagine progress accelerating. The traveler imagined revolutions starting with libraries, not battles. Conversations turned philosophical. What is justice? One asked. What is governance? Another pressed. Answers differed. Agreement wasn't required. Reason was. Consensus grows from debate, elders taught. The traveler realized this city didn't just store knowledge. It trained minds to think critically. Compare that to Europe's rigid hierarchies. Knowledge flowed downward, controlled. Here it flowed outward, shared. We argue loudly, a student laughed. But we listen harder. The traveler smiled, realizing humility lived here, not arrogance. This is the moment history textbooks skip. The moment Africa wasn't catching up, but leading. Timbuktu wasn't behind. It was ahead. Let that challenge settle. If you're feeling uncomfortable, good. Growth starts there. Decline didn't come from ignorance. Trade routes shifted. Invasions disrupted peace. Knowledge can burn, an elder warned sadly. Manuscripts were hidden, buried, protected by families. One day, he said, they will return. The traveler felt sorrow, not superiority. Later, Europeans arrived differently. With guns. With domination. Your knowledge is primitive, they claimed. They never read the texts. Or they did, and dismissed them. Either way, narratives changed. Africa was rewritten as empty. Timbuktu became legend, not legacy. Why didn't you fight harder? The traveler once asked. A scholar answered calmly, we fought to preserve minds, not pride. Books were smuggled. Lessons whispered. Survival replaced expansion. History remembers conquerors, rarely custodians. Centuries passed. Textbooks simplified. Europe invented universities. Children were told. Africa had none. The lie wasn't loud. It was quiet. And quiet lies last longest. Until questioned. Until now. Imagine discovering your ancestors solved equations before Galileo. Imagine realizing your history was amputated. That pain turns to anger. Then purpose. Timbuktu's story isn't about shame. It's about restoration. Today, those manuscripts still exist. Thousands. Studied slowly. Carefully. They whisper truths to those willing to listen. We were here, they say. We thought deeply. And they wait for recognition. If this story changes how you see history, pause, breathe, then ask why you were never taught this. Education isn't neutral. It reflects power. Understanding that is liberation. The traveler eventually left Timbuktu transformed. I came seeking gold, he confessed. I found humility. The scholars smiled. Then you leave wealthy. His writings would be ignored. Europe wasn't ready. Pride blocks truth. But seeds were planted. Quietly. Slowly. Just like now. Timbuktu proves intelligence isn't geographic. It's cultural. It's protected by values. When societies honor curiosity, they thrive. When they fear it, they stagnate. Ask yourself who benefits when Africa is portrayed as backward. Who gains when its brilliance is erased. This isn't ancient. It's ongoing. You watching this are part of correction. Sharing this matters. Conversations matter. History breathes through voices, not monuments. Timbuktu wasn't perfect. No society is. But it was sophisticated, deliberate, thoughtful. And that alone dismantles centuries of propaganda. Will the world ever know? A student once asked. An elder replied, truth survives patience. We live in that patience's reward. Every rediscovered manuscript is a rebellion. Every conversation a restoration. If this video surprised you, it was meant to. Surprise breaks complacency. Complacency maintains lies. Europe didn't rise alone. It borrowed, learned, adapted. Acknowledging that doesn't diminish Europe. It completes the story. Timbuktu stands as proof that Africa shaped global knowledge. Not as a footnote, as a foundation. Let go of the myth of linear progress. History is braided, messy, shared. The traveler's final words echo still. I saw the future in Africa, and it frightened me. Fear often masks admiration. Remember that when truths challenge pride. This story isn't about blame. It's about balance. Knowledge grows when shared honestly. Timbuktu reminds us what's possible when minds matter more than myths. If you've stayed this long, you already care. That matters. Talk about this. Question textbooks. Ask better questions. History listens when enough voices speak. And now you're one of them. If this video changed your perspective, like it, share it, and comment what shocked you most. Subscribe for more stories history forgot, because remembering is the first step toward truth.